Okay, before I go watching anybody else's stuff, let me check out my own things here. And, oh, hey, woohoo, I made it, 10,000 views, I get to be my, oh yeah, forgot about that. Hey everybody, this is James. It's President's Day as I'm shooting this, and I wanted to get out and shoot a video today, or some video, but just not feeling 100%, and had a long weekend in McKinney, kind of recovering from that, and I just don't recover like I used to. I always have these ideas of, well, Monday I'll drive another, like another 100-mile round trip and do it, and then when it comes down to doing it, it's like, I don't think that's going to work today. So, going to give myself a chance to recuperate. It is supposed to be a day off. It's supposed to be a holiday, so I thought, well, I'm here around the house. I haven't really shown much of my personal stuff, and as you know, I do run well, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know I've run a collectible store. And I thought, well, I've got some personal stuff. I've got some of my own collection, and why not just show some of it? And so these are items. This is nothing from my store. This is all my own stuff that I keep for myself. And I have found that when it comes to my own stuff, there's a certain criteria that comes along with it. Poof, it's like magic. This is some Star Trek action figures that some friends of mine gave me for my birthday a few years ago. I used to be really into Star Trek. I haven't watched it much here lately. But, see there on the top left, you've got just a random Borg, Commander Riker there on the top right. Bottom left is Commander Data, and bottom right is my personal favorite is Worf. And poof, more magic. Also have a Geordi action figure. He got a little mushed there on the right side as you're looking at it. I also thought I had a Picard, but he either beamed out or I just never had one. But like I say, those were a gift from some friends of mine, and I think maybe the reason I thought there was a Picard is because I also have this Picard plate. Now, unlike most of my other stuff that I keep, my personal stuff, which tends to be something that I have a personal memory of, or gifts, or stuff like that, I have no idea where that plate came from. I don't remember where I got it. Now this one is, well, I don't really have a personal story behind this one, other than just, I love The Walking Dead. This was when Hastings was closing down, and they were marking everything down, selling it. I picked that up. Got that, and the cap that I wear sometimes, the Fight the Living, Fear the Dead cap. And I just thought, well, it's one of those things that it probably, the way they mass produce everything now, it'll probably never be worth that much money. But I just wanted the Walking Dead thing, so. Okay, and just some little things. These aren't really worth anything. Just some collectible cups that I got. Now the one on the left there is from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the Kevin Costner movie. I really liked that movie when it first came out. Hadn't watched it in a long time, so I don't know if it holds up. But I actually went to the theater, and I got that cup at the movie theater. The other one is I think those came through Jack in the Box. I've got a whole bunch of these Star Trek cups. I've got other ones too. I've got one for Godzilla. I've got some for the Avengers around. But this is from when Generations came out, when the Star Trek movie connecting the original show and the Next Generation came out, as they were passing that torch, so to speak. Now the problem with this cup, as I was getting it and kind of, they got a little dust on it, dusting it off. It broke. Knocked the top of a card's head off. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. I hope I didn't screw it up too much, but yeah, the souvenir cup is probably the cheapest thing you can get. That's from a Dallas Stars game. I have more, and I was picking them up and I set them down somewhere and stopped to do something else, and now I can't find the damn things. Well, to keep the hockey theme going, this is a water bottle that they gave away at the Wichita Falls Wildcats game. That team is now defunct. It was a little junior league hockey team that we had in Wichita Falls, and I did the sports writing. I covered them, and so that's kind of nice to have something as a reminder of them. And I can't believe I set those other cups down, and I don't know what I did with them. There we go, I found them. I can't get them all up there at once, so that one I've added there. That's a Frisco Rough Riders cup. I've gone to a lot of Frisco Rough Rider games. It's the Texas Rangers AA minor league team. Okay, and then here we have the Allen Americans on the left. That's another minor league hockey team. They're a Dallas Stars affiliate. The Cowboys Cup. Some of you may, hang on a second. See that there? Yeah. May recognize Bill Parcells there. That's the only Cowboys game I actually went to at the old Texas Stadium. We won't talk about the outcome of the game because it wasn't good. But Parcells was still the coach at the time, and so I got that there. And of course, Texas Rangers right next to it. But the coolest one, in my opinion, is the one up top. That's the, I got that when I went to my first American League Championship Series game in 2010. They were playing the Yankees. Again, we won't talk about the result of it, of that particular game anyway. They did go on to win that series and went to the World Series, but yeah, I hung on to the cup on that one for sure. Okay, here's some more stuff I got at Ranger games. Now the one in the middle, it's an Adrian Beltre bobblehead. I'll go ahead and show you that. Whoop, did that a little hard there, didn't I? So it is a bobblehead. I don't remember why I took that particular one out of the box. I think the box got damaged or something, so I just went ahead and took it out of the box. Now the other two, the Josh Hamilton figurine, they gave that away after his MVP season in 2010. Well, that's a guy that, for the blink of an eye, historically speaking, he was taking over baseball, but unfortunately things just didn't really work out for him. And then on the right you have the American League Championship trophy replica. They gave those away like early in the 2012 season, so that was for 2011. I missed out the year before they gave away replica rings after their American League Championship series, or American League Championship in 2010. Missed out on that, but I got the trophy the next year. Okay, now this is a big one for me. I had a full one too. I don't know whatever happened to that, but that's an empty one. That's a sugar-free Dr. Pepper Roger Staubach commemorative bottle. They came out with that either the year he was, I think right after he retired, I think is when they came out with that. But I'll give you a closer look at that one. Like I say, it wasn't Diet Dr. Pepper back then. It was sugar-free Dr. Pepper. And this was the 32-ounce glass bottle too. That's not plastic. That's got all his career highlights on the back, stats and stuff. And it's a pretty cool little memento to have. But yeah, Roger Staubach, I was a big fan of his. Still am. He's probably the one celebrity that if I ever met him, I wouldn't have a clue what to say. Okay, now this was a neat little find. Now, of course, I set up a Second Monday Trade Days once a month, But before I even started doing that, this is, oh boy, I don't even know how many years ago now. I was just walking around there as a customer. Didn't really find anything I was that interested in. And as I was leaving, I walked by this guy's stuff, and he had this clear plastic bag that just had a bunch of random stuff in it. And he had a $5 price tag on it. And I just looked at it and had dust all over it. You could tell that he probably found it in a storage bin or an attic or something. Didn't even open it and just slapped a price tag on it. So there you go. So I said, $5 for a random bag of crap? And he said, yep. And I said, sounds good. So I went ahead and gave him $5 for it. Opened it up. Now most of it was, just like I said, crap. I did find a new little notepad that I made use of, but the rest of it was bent up baseball cards and empty CD cases and just stuff that was not that great. Now there was one thing in there, I pulled it out. It was this little display that had 3 Ivan Rodriguez rookie cards in it. I said, well, that's, you know, that's more than my $5 right there. Dug down in the bottom and found this. Now this, if you can't see, is an autographed Ivan Rodriguez rookie card. I think that's a rookie card. Hang on. Oh, no, that's not a rookie card. Oh, okay, it says Team 2000 right on it. But still, it's an autographed Ivan Rodriguez baseball card. Well more than the $5 that I paid for it. Now, I have not had this authenticated, but checking it myself online, of course, this is the business I'm in. If it's a fake, it's a darn good one. And I'll do another one. I'll do another one a little up close. This is a Houston Astros shot glass. That's the only time I've ever gone to a Major League Baseball game other than at the Rangers Stadium is when I went to Houston a few years ago. I saw the Astros and the Royals, and I picked up this little shot glass. A couple of autographed baseballs I'm going to show you. The one on the left is a couple of the Frisco Rough Riders players. There's Andrew Lauder and John Bannister. Now, the one on the right, it was my birthday, and I decided to splurge and get a really good seat at the Ranger game. And I showed up. I had no idea he was even going to be there. Ferguson Jenkins was there, and he was signing baseball, or signing whatever, you know, baseball books, whatever, for a $10 donation to Children's Diabetes. I had no idea he was going to be there, so I went ahead and got one. Now, unfortunately, it was raining that day, and by the time I got it, I finally realized, okay, stick it in your pocket, dummy. But it didn't really matter. It's still kind of, you know, it's kind of faded. So, unfortunately, that one kind of loses a little something, but still, it's the fact that I got to meet Ferguson Jenkins. It went from his hand to mine. So, now this is one that I keep it in plastic. I took it out of the plastic so I could show you. It's a Dallas Cowboys cap autographed by Drew Pearson. Met him of all places at a Grand Prairie Air Hogs baseball game. He signed this cap for me. I'll give you a closer look at that. So again, I don't have authentication, but I wouldn't sell it anyway. It's mine. Okay, here's some Dallas Stars autographed hockey pucks. Used to go right around Christmas. They would do this deal where you could, I can't remember now how much it was, but you got like 2 free tickets to a future game, which they'd always give you crappy seats on a game on like a Tuesday or something. You know? But the main thing was you got to go past this like big deal of wrapped up autographed hockey pucks, and you got to pick one. Well, the first 2 years I got really lucky. I got Brad Richards is the one on the left. That's the first one I ever got. Louis Erickson is the one in the middle. I got that the next year. Well, in the year after that, I got Toby Peterson. So, he was still a professional player. It's still cool though. Okay, there's just a little bit of vintage Texas Rangers stuff. Get the little mini pennant there. That's their logo from back in the 70s. And then this cup. This is from the 1978 Texas Rangers. See the Budman logo there. It's a team photo from 1978. The old Arlington Stadium. And this one is a little collection I've been trying to start for years. And as you can see, I'm 3 into it. A little mini baseball bat collection. The one on the left I actually got at the Louisville Slugger plant when I went up there. Okay, after I had everything out there, there was a couple of things I forgot to include my Chris Williams autographed postcard. Because I had it in a different place. I had it up on the wall in a different area. But yeah, I wanted to include it. It's pretty cool. Oh, I don't want to show that because that's got addresses and stuff on it. Actually won that on Twitter. I can't remember exactly what the contest was now, but I was one of the recipients of the Chris Williams autograph postcard, so that was pretty cool. Something that may give you a better idea of my criteria for what I keep. This might be the coolest thing I have. These are just ticket stubs from stuff I've been to. Just random places, ball games, you know, stuff like that. Want to see Ron White. Admittance to the 6th floor museum in Dallas. That's where John Kennedy was assassinated. Division II South Central Super Regional Softball. The Midwestern State University softball team went to the national championship tournament on that one. This one, if I'm not mistaken, Rangers and the A's, July 29th, 2010. That was my birthday, and Mitch Moreland got his first career base hit in that game. This is the first Ranger game I went to in their current stadium, which they're building a new one now. But this is the first time I went to the what they call Globe Life Park now. I think it was just the ballpark in Arlington at the time. Ticket to the Game 1 of the American League Championship Series in 2010. And there is my ticket for Game 1 of the American League Championship Series in 2011. They won this one. They were playing the Tigers. The Mean Green of North Texas, University of North Texas against Western Kentucky. I'll have to look up. I've got a picture of the scoreboard at the end of this game. I'll have to find it. That was a wild game. It ended up being a school record for North Texas in the amount of points scored in a game. Lexington Legends against the Savannah Sand Gnats. So I went to Lexington, Kentucky a few years ago, so you know where I was Saturday, May 16th, 2009. The only Cowboys game I ever went to. Thanksgiving Day in 2003. This was my first Mavericks game. Mavericks against the Kings. For the Louisville Slugger Tour. Okay, so there you go. It's just a little bag of memories. You know, first time I went places. First events I went to. First, one, and you know, sometimes only times I went somewhere. Okay, well, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out. I know it wasn't exactly the most exciting video, but I just thought you might like to take a look at some of the stuff I got. And like I say, it's nothing spectacular that I keep for myself, but they're just kind of good memories. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're new, please like and subscribe. If you're old, a like will do. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.